You ever notice how this country has turned stupidity into a national treasure? It's like we don't just have dumb people, we mass produce them. We've turned ignorance into an industry. Somewhere along the way, we stopped admiring smart people and started treating them like suspicious foreigners. Oh, you read books. What are you, some kind of wizard? No, just literate. But that's too fancy a word for most folks now. You can see it everywhere. People wear their ignorance like jewelry. They'll proudly tell you, I don't pay attention to politics, or I never read the news. And they expect applause like they just climbed Everest. No, you didn't conquer a mountain, you just avoided learning. Congratulations, you're a national role model. It's not that people are naturally stupid, no. That would almost be merciful. This is trained stupidity. This is learned behavior. You've got generations raised on snack, sized attention spans, and microwave wisdom. Everything's got to fit on a bumper sticker or a t-shirt. We don't want complicated, we want comfortable. Thinking hurts too much, and if you dare to sound smart, you're accused of being elitist. Imagine that being insulted for knowing things. It's like going to the doctor and being angry he's read a medical book. The education system doesn't help either. It's less about teaching kids to think and more about teaching them to pass tests. You can graduate high school without ever learning how to balance a checkbook or question authority. But you'll sure know how to color inside the lines and fill in little circles with a number 2 pencil. Because the system doesn't want thinkers. It wants workers, polite, predictable, obedient workers who will buy what they're told and vote for whoever smiles the most on television. And the TVO, that's the altar of the dumb. Turn it on and you'll see what we've evolved into. Game shows, talent contests, gossip panels, and commercials every 7 minutes reminding you that you're not thin enough, rich enough, or happy enough unless you buy whatever they're selling. You think that's accidental? No, it's brilliant. Keep people entertained, keep them distracted, keep them docile. Feed them junk food for the body and junk thoughts for the mind, and they'll never ask real questions. You can spot it at the grocery store too. People reading tabloids in line, learning all about which celebrity's dog got a facelift. But ask them who their governor is, and they'll say, is that the guy from that cooking show? The national IQ in free fall, and nobody seems bothered. We've mistaken convenience for progress and noise for knowledge. And the funniest part, people think they're informed because they heard it somewhere. Somewhere, probably from a guy named Earl at a gas station. We've become a country full of experts who know nothing and argue about everything. It's not just dumb, it's proudly, aggressively dumb. And it's not slowing down. Because the truth is, in America, it's no longer about being right, it's about feeling right. And that's how you end up with a nation where being smart makes you suspicious and being stupid makes you a star. You know what's really funny? People still think all this stupidity just happened by accident, like one day everyone collectively tripped over a television cord and forgot how to think. No, this is by design. Somebody planned this. There's a system, a machinery behind it. The real owners of this place, the big corporate puppeteers, they don't want people who think too much. Thinking is bad for business. They want you just smart enough to push buttons, count change, and believe whatever comes out of the glowing box in your living room. You ever wonder why schools don't teach critical thinking? Because if people learn to think critically, they might start asking questions. Dangerous questions like, why is the richest country in the world always broke? Or why do we have money for bombs but not books? They don't want that. They want people who memorize, not people who analyze. The system's not broken, it's working exactly the way they built it. The schools make obedient workers, the media keeps them distracted, and the corporations keep them buying things they don't need with money they don't have. They don't even hide it anymore. They know people are too busy staring at shiny screens to notice. You turn on the news, and it's not news, it's a reality show with a budget. They don't tell you what's happening. They tell you what to feel about what's happening. And you sit there nodding like, yeah, that sounds right. No fact checking, no context, just outrage, fear, and a commercial for laundry detergent right after the apocalypse. And the politicians, oh, they're not running the show, they're the mascots. The cheerleaders for the real owners. They wave flags, kiss babies, and tell you they care, while the corporations write the checks and call the plays. It's a beautiful scam. You get the illusion of choice, two political parties, both owned by the same sponsors. It's like being offered Pepsi or Coke when you really wanted a glass of water. Meanwhile, people keep working harder, earning less, and wondering why the American dream feels like it's slipping away. But don't worry, the advertisers have the answer. They'll tell you that happiness comes in a bottle, or on a credit card, or in a shiny new gadget that breaks in 6 months. And if that doesn't work, there's always another product to fix the emptiness the last one created. It's a never-ending cycle, misery sold at a discount, and that's the brilliance of it all. The system keeps people too tired to think, too entertained to care, and too scared to question anything. You don't have to silence the population when you can just distract them. Keep them chasing shiny things, arguing over nonsense, and paying attention to everything that doesn't matter. And when you finally realize what's going on, when you finally look around and see the strings, it hits you. The game isn't rigged. The game is the rig. You know what keeps me going through all this nonsense? The comedy of it. The sheer, jaw-dropping absurdity of watching an entire nation trip over its own shoelaces while insisting it's winning the race. You can't help but laugh. I mean, it's beautiful in a tragic kind of way, a country that confuses convenience with progress, noise with news, and shopping with freedom. People actually believe they're free because they can choose between 30 flavors of potato chips and 50 channels of garbage. That's not freedom, that's a buffet of distraction. And it's not just dumb, it's proudly dumb. You ever meet someone who says, I don't believe in science, like it's a personal achievement? That's where we're at. People have replaced facts with feelings. I feel it's true has become the new national motto. It doesn't matter what the evidence says if it feels right. It must be real. We've got folks walking around thinking the Earth is 6,000 years old and the universe revolves around their cable package. The funny part is how confident everyone is about things they clearly don't understand. People will argue about evolution, taxes, health, history, anything, and not know a single thing about it. They'll say, I saw something about that on a talk show once, and suddenly they're experts. Everyone's an expert now except the actual experts. Those people get ignored because they use words with more than 2 syllables. Can't trust someone who sounds smart anymore. They might make you think. And it's not like anyone's learning. No, the more foolish things get, the more people double down. You try to point out the absurdity, and they'll defend it to the death. Don't you talk bad about my brand of ignorance, because in America, stupidity has become an identity. People bond over it. They form little clubs. You don't read either, me neither, we should hang out. But that's the secret beauty of it all, the unintentional humor. You've got to laugh, otherwise it's too depressing. Watching people drown in nonsense while believing they're swimming toward enlightenment. Every conversation turns into a contest to see who can misunderstand the topic fastest. It's like watching a spelling bee where nobody knows the alphabet, but everyone still demands a trophy. And deep down, you realize it's never going to change, because the system runs on this stuff. Dumb people buy more, question less, and keep the wheels turning. The country runs on confusion, a constant fog of entertainment, advertisement, and ego. The less people think, the smoother the machine hums. So yeah, laugh at it, enjoy the show, because when the punchline finally hits, when the empire of nonsense starts collapsing under its own weight, it's going to be one hell of a comedy special.